Welcome back to the reality, guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co-host, Brian.
Hi, everybody.
We're back to talk Vanderpump Rules. This is season 11, episode 14 for old Tom's sake. Make sure you like to subscribe to all of our social media, TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, all at the reality, guys. For all of our Vanderpump coverage, we do Vanderpump Villa. We also do the Valley. Bravo coverage. Brian's lockdown on Summer House. I'm doing Below Deck, and all reality TV coverage outside of that. This week might be just a little programming note, maybe a little bit different. I am away for work for a few days too. So yeah, things will probably be a little bit adjusted from CBS Wednesday on. Just a heads up. Except for Farmers. Brian will definitely do Farmers on Thursday. I feel like that's a given.
Yeah, the shows I want to do timely, I will do.
Yeah. It's a good show. You should check it out. But in a more less happy location, let's get back to West Hollywood, back to the Valley. Honestly, not the show, but the location. Another Tom Sandoval heavy episode. We actually had a trip as well. The gang going to San Francisco. We had the introduction of Dan, Arianna's long distance boyfriend. We actually got a lot of Dan. I mean, everything outside of confessional, but a good amount of him before he decided he didn't want to hang out with them. We'll get to that. And again, the about fifth, I think I've counted now, Brian, one-on-one conversation that Scheanna and Sandoval need to have. Like, are they made up at this point?
I don't know, but
Like,
I was going to say that that conversation they had today on the balcony or wherever they were, the roof, was probably it was probably the most honest conversation that anyone's had on the show all season.
oh, 100%. She was giving him the kind of the same kind of parallel talk, funny enough, that Luke ends up having with Kristen on the Valley, where it's you need to just not justify things. You need to apologize without buts or without howevers, right? And I do say what you want to say about Sandoval, and I know everyone hates Sandoval and he's a scumbag and he's the devil and blah blah blah, but I do think he genuinely did care about Scheanna and does care about Scheanna. They are close friends, right? And I appreciate it as a husband watching what Brock had to try to do. He tried to talk to Arianna, right? And that's like going to see Smaug and asking for some gold, right? Like, hey, dragon, like, give me some gold. And I'm not saying she's evil, guys, but I'm saying right now she's breathing fire. She literally says she lives off revenge and rage like a Sith Lord. She told him she doesn't believe in forgiveness and that her power comes from her hate. So, shout out to the Sith Lords and Arianna. What was your take on all of that dynamic this week with like Brock and Arianna, Sandoval around, and Dan being there? Like, how do you think they all navigated that this week?
Dan, I mean,
Dan.
I'm trying to think how I can say this without sounding like a jerk, but I just don't. I don't get it. I
You
don't
agree
see
with
it. Like,
Lala?
yeah, look. I don't think Sandoval's a good looking dude, but like, you're supposed to level up after you break up or like something. I don't think she's leveling up. I don't think she's leveled up. I don't.
You're gonna get a
I
super
don't really
hot
care.
take.
I
You're
mean,
gonna
God,
get
oh
Worm
my
with a
God.
mustache
Did
on
you
that one.
know that what he did? Of course I know what he did.
Hates his fingernails.
Well, that's lame as hell. Like that's so lame.
Caleb Williams
Just
does too.
the one thing I'll say about Dan is like I understand that when you don't want to hang out with like the drama stuff, but I don't know. And this has nothing to do with it, but like the fact that Sandoval was like, I'm gonna play it cool and not talk to Dan, like I'd like to, but I'm not going to because I want to blow up the spot. But then you got Ariana a few weeks ago, like blowing up his spot, talking to some chick. Like you guys will defend that kind of crap and like, oh, it's a good thing she warned this girl. But like at the same time, like Sandoval's like trying not to cause drama and like I would probably get killed for that too. But like I just man, like
I think that's going to change next week from what it looks like. It looks like
he's gonna talk to her.
it looks like he approaches him, like Sandoval approaches Dan.
Oh, and if he just says like, "Hey, like,
That's what he
hello,"
tries to do.
I
He
don't know
tries to
what he's gonna say.
I think he just tries to go up and introduce himself because it's just like obvious that they keep being in the same room.
That's not. Is that a problem?
I don't think it's a problem. I don't think it's a problem. Do I think it will cause a
Oh
problem?
yeah,
Yes, I think it will cause a problem.
it shouldn't. I mean, no offense to Dan, but you're on his show. You're on everybody's show. Like anybody that's a main
I don't think
character on
he's
a
going to
show.
care. I think Ariana is going to react. I
Well,
don't, I
no,
don't,
I don't. The way that Dan was talking, like, oh, I don't like. He was making
he's
some.
going to tough guy him. That would be
Um,
wild. What if
I
he
mean,
like
if
choked
he
him
did,
out?
like, what do you call it when you I smug if he smugged him, I would that would gain Dan points. I think that's a pretty badass move, like to smug. But yeah, if
Ooh,
she's gonna come over and start acting like I'm over. I'm so over this this
season.
drama. I'm so over it, man. It's not interesting anymore. It's not.
Next season's going to be better, definitely on the Ariana front too, because it's going to be post all of the crazy, awesome things like Broadway and like Dancing with the Stars and hosting
Yeah.
Love Island. Right? I've I've been pretty sure that next season she's going to come back a lot less bothered. She's going to have her own house. Right? I'm curious if next season we're still getting this. I think then I'm think I'm gonna double down on the Ariana stuff, right? I wasn't a big Ariana person in certain seasons in the past where we've gone through the watches and reviewed
No.
them kind of internally. But I've obviously liked her more than him during Sandoval, and I have still would genuinely say I like her more than him. He is a scuzzo. I just am. I just think somebody who's so much on the right side of something doesn't need. I get killed for saying I agree with Brock, but I agree with Brock. Like you do end up feeling a lot better out of like burying the hatchet or at least extending olive branches. You can't make somebody take an olive branch, right? But like if you've gone and actually with like an honest heart been like, you know what, I'm gonna live and let live and whatever, and let's get this house stuff taken care of. Let's not do like lawyers and let's not make this more complicated than it needs to be. Like you can't afford this house. I don't want to live in it anymore. Let's sell it. Let's honestly move on. And like we both need to exist on this show. If I choose to stay on this show, like I'm not here to like make this whole show about this anymore. Like they could just do that and it would be over. So it
They'll never
doesn't
do it.
absolve Sandoval. No, no, of course they're not going to, Brian. Everything I say is like if real people like would do. Like in real life, you would just end a beef. Like it just what are you gonna do with a beef like that?
When you
That
realize that
toxic.
this is your job, you're saying? Like these
Yeah,
people
it's your
the
workplace,
fucking
man.
the fucking job. We're watching these people perform a job. That's pretty much what it is. And
You would get
that's
over
why
it.
every week I'm on here. I'm like, look, I get that you're upset, but you're getting fucking paid. I would hang out with my ex if I was getting paid.
Oh, I hang out with my ex to get from probably get paid a lot less to do it. Be like,
Yeah,
whatever, I'll
just like
deal.
that's why I'm sick of it. And like he does need to apologize. I will say he does need to apologize. And until he does it, obviously, but if he apologizes, it's at the end of the season or some point, and then
Well,
we have
next week, yeah.
the whole next season, whatever, and she's still pissed, I'm gonna be completely fucking out on her. I'm already out on like half this people on this show to begin with. Like,
Well, yeah, dude, this is like the people who hang out at a local bar and have been doing it for like 20 years now. It's kind of, they're all just worn out on each other, man. It's one of those things.
yeah, I mean, because god damn it, if Schwartz and Katie can make sex, they can talk about having sex.
Oh, it was so
Even if it's
funny.
joking, like I don't know, he's so weird. I mean, he's so awkward and like, but like
Even Joe came again. Like, why would you come back and hang out with them?
that's again, if she getting paid, like
Yeah,
everything.
if she get, I
I
would be
think
surprised.
if all the people that watch the show and love it, and like if you just thought about like how much they're getting paid for some of this stuff, I think you'd look at it through a different lens,
You would realize these things are a little bit more bearable than you're making it out to be.
or some of it might not be real.
Ugh, Brian, it's called the reality guys, Brian.
Just
The real itty
saying the
guys, the
truth.
real
I'm just saying the
itties.
truth. Saying the truth. Just a lot of weird scandals on Bravo lately. That's all I'm gonna say.
Scandal season. It's a scandals era in Bravo. Bravo's going through their scandals era. Lala's birthday, the striptease thing, that was fun. But again, it's like sober. We can go to a strip club sober.
That was a strip club?
Well, you know what I mean. Even like a burlesque show per se. Like, I'm not really trying to go sober.
No. No, no,
No.
no. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't do that.
Kyle Chan's got a really nice store.
Why? And again, why is Kyle Chan giving? Why are these characters that aren't like giving the best advice? That's what I don't get. You're gonna listen to Kyle Chan. Kyle Chan's gonna patch this thing up where it's like so obvious what you need to do, and they're just like, oh well, yeah, you're right, you're right. Like
That store,
that's the level of these fucking people on the show.
that store's a front, dude. I don't know what it's a front for, but that shit is
Is he a
wild.
jeweler? Is he a jeweler?
It's a jewelry store. Yeah, I guess he's a jeweler. I didn't know what the hell he did, but I mean, everything in there was
Did he invest
gigantic.
in alcohol too, or something like that?
He probably is like an entrepreneur. It's
Hey, I
fun.
mean, good for him, man.
Yeah,
Good for
I
him.
don't. I'm not anti the guy, but it is funny that like again, Tom, you're only the guy you. We don't know if he's actually a good dude or not. The only reason you like him is because he didn't ditch you during Scandival. So does that mean that he's a good dude? Like we don't even know. It would lead most people to think that he's an asshole because he was. I thought he was friends with Arianna too. So like I don't know. Like you said, who are these side characters?
I'm not. They're just like, why are the side characters making more sense than the main characters? That's what I'm having a hard time with the season. It's like no one has any sense of like common. You know what? Maybe I am wrong, or maybe I need to be the bigger person. Like nobody's thinking like that.
No, everyone dug their heels in. We're on episode 14, and
Yeah.
for about 12 and a half episodes, everyone's
Just
heels were
smell their
dug
own
in.
shit and think it's right, and it's just like that's not how normal society works. So that's why I have a hard time. And I know these fans will be like, they plant their flag on what it is, and it's like I just I can't do it. I can't do it. Can't give
No,
in to
listen,
the
as a viewer, this show is supposed to be escapist in a way. And the self-seriousness and frankly just some of the dumbness of some of this. Scheana, you obviously wrote the song about Sandoval. What are you talking
yeah.
about? I just added one line. My asshole, you just added one line.
It's
Get
like
on a poly. I
shut
want
up.
you on Maury on a polygraph test. That's what I want. Because it's not that I even care. It's a funny song. Just tell the truth. Just
Yeah.
I just added the line. Well, guess what? Once you added that line, guess what? Even if you didn't originally write it, once you add that line, the song's now about him. Obviously,
Yeah.
that's why you're releasing it now. I don't want to hear about,
Yeah.
well, I thought about not doing it. Good for you. Like that makes me feel so great that you considered the option of not piling on me. But
Dude, I completely agree. I mean, it's just like
this is what we're talking about, people. We're just tired of the season. We're just tired of the season. I want to see this finale. We've been teased that the finale is good, and we've been told that the end of the reunion is really good. So
yeah, Andy better come with the heat. Like, no cupcake bullshit. Like I don't want to.
I'm sorry. I don't really want to hear about Joe a million times. And I know that's
No,
going
I
to be
don't
like
care
a
about Joe. I don't care
major
about Joe.
topic. It's going to be like half of one of the episodes is going to
I
be
don't give a
about
shit
how
about
he
Joe.
mistreated Joe. It's like, Joe saw what he was doing. She knew what he was doing. Like, what are you worried about? Again,
Yeah, I don't care about Joe. I don't care about Summer. Whatever their summer moon. I don't care about what's going on here. I don't care about this stuff. Get to the juice.
I don't care about the babysitting.
Talk about the sandwich shop. Why isn't it open?
Yeah, I want
Bullshit.
to hear the penny drama more. Like now, like you're the
And what the fuck is Anne working at there now? Like I shook my
Anne
head
is a
so
prop.
hard. Yeah, I
Anne
shook
is
my head
a
so hard at
prop.
that.
I'm sorry, dude, and I no disrespect Anne if somehow you ever see this, but like she is just letting herself be a fucking prop. Like she's not even a real person.
I shook my head so hard at that dude. I was
It's
just like,
cringe. And Lisa, I love Lisa when she's like, wait, she's not a partner. Like she's like waving the flags at her, like you're screwing this up.
yeah, yeah, dude.
Apparently, oh, they got an opening date. Apparently, this
Cool.
month. I forget the date, but in May.
Won't hold
So
my breath. Won't hold my breath.
when me and Brian do to our LA Vanderpump tour, which will happen one day, we will get one of their $20 sandwiches. We'll give an honest review. It's probably like
We're gonna have our faces on the wall. Like, can't serve these guys.
we may have
That
to
actually would be
wear
awesome. That would be
it'd be like
that
West
is an honor.
Hollywood outlaws. We'd
I
have
would
to
love
like
that.
call in our friends to hide us out that we know. I didn't want to drop his name because I didn't want our buddy to get targeted by the if he gets wrapped in. He's friends with everybody. He's in like music videos and shit.
Bleep it. Just bleep it.
You know, I'm not going back and editing this. Maybe towards the end, maybe I will. That's what I got. This episode sets us up for the finale. The finale takes place in San Francisco. So it's a trip to end off the season. Please give us something to talk about leading into that reunion. Like I said, guys, check out all of our reviews this week of Vanderpump related stuff, all of our Bravo reviews. Check out the CBS reality reviews. We'll have those probably Friday for you guys. So a little bit later than usual, but hey, we'll get them out for you. Look out for our coverage of Farmer Wants a Wife. And starting the next batch of episodes, I am going to review the Australian one. I like it. It's actually really it's way better than the not sorry fans of that, but it seems to me to be way better. They're real people. These are not like Instagram people. They're not like from like a casting agency like call list. They seem to actually try to get.
Yeah.
Not saying there's not any drama. There was a little drama in this last episode, which was good, but like natural drama because you have multiple people dating somebody. That's how shows used to be.
Sure. No, makes sense.
Check out all the social medias at the reality guys. But for myself and Brian, thank you so much for watching. Peace.